Okay, class 7. So in the last video we were discussing structure of matter and we have already discussed compound. So today we are going to discuss mixture. So what is a mixture? A mixture is found when two or more elements or either compound when they mix together and mind it in any proportion. Is that clear? Then it will be termed as mixture. So either they can be element or they can be compound. Let's take an example. If you take 1 tablespoon of common salt and 2 tablespoons of sugar, it will be a mixture. Or else if you take 3 tablespoons of common salt and 3 tablespoons of sugar, then also it will be a mixture. Is that clear? All the samples of the mixture do not have identical composition. I have already told you that air is also a mixture. So what are the composition of air? Nitrogen. Nitrogen is one of its constituent, then oxygen, then carbon dioxide. These are all the gases, yes, that are present in air. Now, if you take two sample of air, if you take one sample from Assam and other sample if you take from Delhi, okay. Now, do you think that the composition of carbon dioxide will be same? No. The level of carbon dioxide in the air of Delhi will be higher as compared to that of Assam. So air is a mixture. We can say that the composition of the constituent are not fixed. Is that clear? The constituent of the mixture show their properties and are easily broken into constituent by simple physical method. The constituent of the mixture show their properties and are easily broken into its constituent by its simple physical method. Now for this we have to discuss this activity. Is that clear? We'll discuss first of all we'll discuss this activity. So for this activity, okay, we need iron powder, then sulfur, then magnet. This is a burner, okay, then this is a tripod stand. Now what we will do is we will take two china dish A and B, okay. In the first china dish we will in both this dish we will prepare a mixture of iron and sulfur. Is that clear? Iron plus sulfur, okay. Now this will be termed as a mixture, this will also be termed as a mixture, okay. Now what we will do is we will heat this china dish B with the help of a burner, and when we heat this china dish B, obviously there will be a chemical reaction, okay, and due to this chemical reaction a product will be formed known as iron sulfide, okay. Iron sulfide will be formed. Now since iron is attracted by a magnet, now what will happen if you bring a magnet near china dish A? Obviously the iron present in this mixture will be attracted by the magnet, but if you bring magnet near china dish B, no, we will not find any iron being attracted by the magnet. Is that clear? Now this point will be clear. The constituent of the mixture show their properties. Yes, here what is the constituent? One of the constituent is iron, so it is showing its property, that means it is attracted by the magnet. But here it is a compound, okay, and here do you think that iron is showing its property? No, it is not attracted by the magnet. Is that clear? And we can easily separate the constituent of a mixture by physical process. Yes, if you bring a magnet near this china dish A, we can easily separate iron from sulfur, but here we can't separate iron from sulfur. So is that clear? Now I think this activity is also clear. Now we are going to discuss the difference between mixture and compound, okay. Compound and mixture. It is very important. Again, you have to study the same difference in higher classes. Okay, so the first difference is combination of constituent. How are the constituent combined in compound and mixture? Now let's go back to the activity again. Here we have already discussed how iron and sulfur combined here. They combined chemically because we heated this mixture and a chemical reaction occurred and a compound is formed. So how are these constituents combined? They are combined chemically. Is that clear? But in case of mixture, no, they are combined physically. We have physically mixed this iron and sulfur powder. Is that clear? I think the first difference is clear. Okay, then the second difference, constituent are combined in a fixed ratio. Okay, let's take an example of compound water and a mixture air. Now here the constituents are hydrogen and oxygen. They are combined in a fixed ratio. Here we can see that 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen are combined. They are in a fixed ratio. Is that clear? But air, we have already discussed that the constituent are not present in any ratio. Okay, just like the level of carbon dioxide can increase or decrease depending upon, okay, the location. Is that clear? Now the third difference, compound show properties different from their constituent. Yes, we have already discussed this, that hydrogen is inflammable, oxygen is supporter of combustion, but when they combine they form water and water don't catches fire. So do you think that they are showing their properties? No, they are not showing their properties. Okay, mixture shows the properties of the constituent, just like we have prepared a mixture iron plus sulfur. Okay, so iron was showing its property, iron was being attracted by the magnet. Is that clear? So in mixture all the constituent particle will show their properties, just like air. In air, yes, oxygen will show its properties. Is that clear? Nitrogen will show its properties. Okay, but in compound here hydrogen is not going to show its property. Okay, separation of compound. How can we separate the constituent of compound and mixture? Okay, now here this is a compound. If someone tells us to separate hydrogen and oxygen from water, it is not possible by physical method. Like you can separate this hydrogen and oxygen by filter paper or by any sieve. It is not possible. If we have to separate this hydrogen and oxygen, we have to go through some chemical process. Is that clear? But in the case of this mixture iron and sulfur, yes, we can easily separate them by physical process. If you bring a magnet, the magnet will easily attract the iron, so iron will be separated from sulfur. So is that clear? Separation of the constituent can be separated only by chemical method, and in case of mixture, constituent can be separated by physical method. Just like we have separated iron and sulfur by using a magnet, and it is a physical method. Is that clear? Okay. Energy change. Energy is either released or absorbed during the formation of compound. Yes, in formation of compound, either energy is released or energy is absorbed. Just like when during combustion, when carbon combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Okay, here heat is evolved. Yes, here heat is evolved. Is that clear? Now if you burn carbon, okay, so a compound will form carbon dioxide, and here what will happen? Heat will be evolved. So during the formation of compound, either heat will be absorbed or heat will be released. But in case of mixture, neither heat is evolved nor heat is released during combination of mixture. Now if you mix iron and sulfur, there will not find any heat is released. Okay,